Studies show that eating your veggies and protein before your carbs can reduce the glucose spike of a meal by up to 73% and reduce the insulin response by up to 48%. That's not a small difference. That's a metabolic reset. Welcome back to the Glucose Diaries. I'm Stephanie, and today I'm sharing one of the simplest, most underrated hacks to flatten your glucose spikes, reduce your cravings, and shift your body out of fat storage mode. It's not a supplement. It's not a diet. It's not about cutting anything out. It's just about changing the order you eat your food. Sounds too simple, right? But this tip has changed everything. So if you've ever said, I eat healthy, but I'm still gaining weight, or I crash after every meal and I don't know why, this episode is for you. Let's start with the problem. When you eat a meal that's high in carbohydrates, especially without enough protein, fiber, or fat, your blood sugar rises really quickly. And as we talked about in prior episodes, that spike triggers insulin, which is your body's storage hormone. And once insulin is high, you're in fat storage mode, not fat burning mode. But what most people don't know is that you can eat the exact same foods in a different order and get a completely different glucose response. In fact, studies show that eating your veggies and protein before your carbs can reduce the glucose spike of a meal by up to 73% and reduce the insulin response by up to 48%. That's not a small difference. That's a metabolic reset. So how does this actually work? Fiber, protein, and fat slow the digestion of carbs and create a physical barrier in the digestive tract. So when carbs hit your system, they're absorbed more gradually. Think of it like a coffee filter. When you start with fiber like salad, cooked vegetables, or chia seeds, for example, it acts as the filter. Then you layer on your protein and fat like chicken, eggs, beef, salmon, avocado. And finally, you eat the carbs like rice, potatoes, bread, or fruit. The filter slows the drip. Your blood sugar rises more gently. Insulin doesn't overcorrect, and your body stays in better fat burning rhythm. It's literally one of the easiest ways to flatten a glucose spike without giving up the carbs you love. Let me give you a few real life examples. Instead of starting your lunch with fries or chips, start with your protein or side salad. Instead of diving into pasta first, eat the grilled chicken or veggies first, then the noodles. Even with a sandwich, you can have a handful of raw veggies or protein first, then enjoy the sandwich after. It's subtle, but powerful. And if you're insulin resistant or metabolically sensitive, the difference can be huge. Let me give you 3 steps to apply this today. Number 1, front load your fiber. Start your meals with something high in fiber, like a veggie-based appetizer or side salad. Number 2, anchor with protein. Make sure your meal includes 30 to 40 grams of protein and eat that before your bread or starch. Number 3, save carbs for last. Even if you're eating a balanced plate, simply eating your rice or fruit after your protein and veggies can dramatically reduce your glucose spike. This works whether you're eating at home or out. You'll feel it in your energy, your cravings, your digestion, and your mood. If you want a checklist of other signs that insulin resistance may be affecting you, download my free insulin resistance symptom checklist at theglucosediaries.com/checklist. And if you're loving the show, real talk episodes that explain what's happening in your body and what to actually do about it, follow the show and share it with a friend who needs to hear it too. If your body has felt out of sync and no one's been able to tell you why, this might be one of the easiest, most impactful changes you can make. Thanks for listening to the Glucose Diaries, and I'll see you next time.